Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm looking at the Warnings home vlog number 7, which came out December 11, 2018. It's hosted on the Warning Zone YouTube channel. And it looks to me, just from the first couple of seconds, like Rudy is off camera and doing kind of an interview style for this vlog for them. They're going to be talking about their experience at Sphere Studios in Los Angeles, which I understand was kind of an abortive situation where they got in there and there were issues and they left and started their album over. I believe this was regarding Queen of the Murder Scene, which had been out for about a couple months at this point. So I have never heard this story. Well, I've heard that there was a studio where they had some issues and there were, disagreements, but I know nothing about the actual circumstances. So I'm hoping to learn a little bit here today. This is about 15 minutes long, and I look forward to becoming a student of this whole Sphere Studios situation. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, just know I'm always looking at non-music content that features bands that are touring today. So if that interests you, please subscribe so you won't miss anything. All right, let's go ahead and check this out.
It's Flat Alabama, everybody.
Okay, so we're recording.
Okay. So that's supposed to go out.
A lot of your fans over on social media, especially on Patreon.
This is probably in English, so I'm going to shut off the captions. Also, that was interesting. They're not live. That's the difference between a vlog and a live, is they're recording this ahead of time. So I guess it was okay to leave in that reference to Fat Albert, which was unexpected. All right, let's keep going.
And have been watching your vlogs or video blogs of your recent visit to Los Angeles, Sphere Studio, and a bit of it, your experience. I know you guys were overwhelmed and tired at some of it. So what do you say we go through some of those experience in a more detailed video?
Yes.
Yes, sure.
Cool. So when you first met Francesco and Craig, that was back in January when you guys went to NAMM, and you talked about the possibility of working together and then visited Sphere Studios. What were your feelings, and then what were your expectations before arriving to work with them?
Hold on a second here. Now, I looked at a vlog from that time period. So it turns out what I looked at was them meeting with Australian music duo Nick Littlemore and Peter Myers, who were part of the music acts Pinot and Empire of the Sun. So it's not the same studio. But it was another meeting with producers in LA. I'll leave that in the cards if you're interested in checking it out.
Okay. Well,
when we got a pretty good impression of them. They were really nice.
And of the studio, of course.
We were pretty impressed. Yeah. And I think that we were at least I was pretty excited about going there.
Yeah.
Kind of nervous, extremely nervous actually. I was like, but really, really excited to actually be
I guess we were kind of nervous because on the first album, we've got some experience in a studio. So we knew it was going to be a different process because last album we worked with Jake. And he knows us, super well. We know him. He's part of, actually family. So when, working with Francesco and Craig was very different for us because
Jake Carmona is who they're talking about, the original producer. He was integral for a while in their process.
We didn't know them that long.
Yeah, they didn't know us. Basically. So we actually have had no idea what it will be like to work.
Yeah, so the first days were basically getting to know how we work, etc., etc.,
and our different work ethics. Yes.
I mean, in the end, it was still staying true to what we wanted, but I mean, it was different hearing, working with other people who had different, points of view of stuff. And at first, we kind of did struggle a little bit.
We did struggle to have an open mind because we were so in love with what we originally had. Well, actually, Larry King called it, what was the word? Demoitis or something like that?
Demoitis.
Yeah, that's totally true. That happens.
Because you're so used to hearing it that one way. Because the 3 songs that we went to record, they were pretty old. I mean, Dull Knives, it's like from basically a year ago, 2 years ago. I mean,
Wow.
they're old songs.
Yeah, we have a lot of
So
songs.
we have been listening to a very long time. So going to work on them, then somebody telling you like they really want to change it. And at first it's like, yeah. But I think that the changes that happened to the songs were really for the best.
Yeah.
They worked really well in the end. And
I
think
love it.
I think
Yeah.
I love it.
I love them more than they were before, which is actually
That-
that was the whole point.
yeah.
Yeah.
For them to
Okay. Demoitis is a real thing. I used to put together demos regularly. I put out something like 6 unofficial albums before my actual real CD in 2007. It may have been more than 6, like full-length albums full of songs. And you do, after a while, if you're listening to a demo, you start to kind of fall in love with the way it is, even if there are little flaws here and there. And it can be hard to shift that mindset if you go back to record it for real in a studio, especially with some new people who have fresh ears. But it can work out for the better. In fact, it often does, because you kind of get stuck in your ways, So that's a cool thing. I'm definitely familiar with the phenomenon.
better than they used to be to take it to that next level. And I think we did reach that.
Yeah.
They're
Although we
good.
did have to like stand our ground for some
Yeah, for some stuff.
some stuff.
Because in the end,
Yes.
it's still us.
Yes, us and what
Yeah,
we
like
do.
our ideas and their ideas.
Yes,
We can,
it's like a
balance them
blend.
out.
I mean, we do enjoy it,
Yeah.
but it was still a different experience because we're in a different place in a different environment that we've never really been in before.
Right.
Because I mean, it's a different country, etc. Like here, we could just like communicate very easily, but over there, I mean, there's still that language barrier sometimes. But I think that we worked really well.
Plus, it was our first time with techs, like in a row.
Oh yeah, we
Oh,
had
yeah.
like we had a drum tech.
a
guitar
guitar tech, and well,
Francesco.
Whoa.
Francesco was the bass tech.
Basically.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I mean, that was pretty fun.
Mhm.
But it was pretty interesting because you could see how the other people were, like the techs were working, and you could basically just like learn from what they were doing. And I think that's
It's amazing
important.
all the work that's behind not just what we are playing, but the sound.
And every.
I mean, you have no idea how many times I had to change the
snare
snare.
drum.
That was why we basically took. I mean,
So
I could have
long.
recorded the 3 songs in one day, but it was
Snare
that we had to get the right sound, and we kind of
Exactly the right.
yeah. And it's not that it was sounding bad, but it could sound better.
yeah.
And I had to tune we had to tune it a lot of times so it could be on tune
Yeah.
with the song.
Danny
I mean,
and
I
I
don't think we have
were,
ever
like,
done
playing
that
live.
before.
Mm-hmm.
And we're
Yeah,
like,
playing right there.
they were like changing it and changing it. Like,
And actually,
changes it 10
we did some tracks with a baritone guitar. To tune that thing was like, we actually had to make, well, the guitar tech, had to make a specific set of sizes of guitar strings for it to like stay.
Wow.
Yeah, he did a mix up, I don't know how many guitar strings.
the bass was easier, yeah. It was just
Yes.
one bass. Like, Francesco took it to his bass tech, basically, who changed
The
the
strings.
strings and everything and prepared it. And then I just recorded with that. That was easier than
Ah, easy peasy.
Was there stress or even like were you guys nervous? Kind of like when you're presenting a final exam, is it going to be good enough, and are we
Yeah.
going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
able to do it in
Of course we
time?
did.
Yeah, I think it was
Like-
worse than a final exam.
Yeah.
I mean, because these songs
You're
are like your
playing-
babies, and then you're just like throwing them there into the lion's den. It's like,
And in performance, also I think, well, I got kind of like, because
got really
these are
nervous too.
professionals
and
that
they
are
work with so
watching
many
you, like,
people, and you're like they have very like
High standard.
high standards. Yeah, exactly. So you start playing like, am I good enough?
Yeah. Am I
And
doing good?
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
But I think that we worked really well. I think the flow was like very well. We worked quickly.
Actually, yes, but still, like, recording guitars for me was a little bit of like a wake-up call, you know, like to realize that I still have a lot to do, and to clean up. Especially, I got to work with Osvaldo. Osvaldo, I don't know his last name.
Dio.
Dio.
Well,
He's Italian. And he is such an amazing guitar player. Like, I really can't believe it. and he plays all sort of stuff, and he like really understands when we like, I don't know, he understands. And watching him play was really kind of like an inspiration to me, and I really would like to like be like him someday. He's an awesome guitar player. He has like the cleanest technique ever.
And honestly, I did think, I like, at least for me, it was also a wake up call, because I mean, I noticed things that I have to work on. Francesco told me things I have to work on. I mean, it was like people actually told you right to your face, like, this is wrong. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, and there's no sugarcoating it. It's like, it's wrong. So it's basically, now that we're back here, it's just like, I seriously need to work on that then. And but I think that's great, because we can actually come back.
Yeah.
And
like basically the last thing Francesco told me
it.
Was like, he gave me like a bunch of picks, and he was like, you need to work. Like, how to play with pick. I was like, okay.
Yeah, because you're really not
okay.
used to it. Oh, yes.
Well, that's really cool. I mean, I got to see most of your experience, and I saw you grow hour by hour with those experiences. Even tips like, you know, how to sit and how to set up your drums, or, you know, what kind of shoes are better to, you know, to use with your drums, and how to hold your guitar, or even the pick situation. That was really cool. And then all three of you got to work with Larry King as a vocal producer, and that was pretty mind-blowing as well. So what did you guys...
He was amazing.
It was really, really cool.
Yes. We actually got to learn a lot from him, too. It was like...
Yeah. Because, I mean, we know a lot about our instruments, but when it comes to, like, vocals, I mean...
We're kind of like...
It's not like we were natural born singers. It's just like, yeah, we have amazing voices. You know, I mean... I don't... If you hear recordings of myself, like, 4 years ago, it's like...
Yes.
So we really...
It is always a shock as a singer to hear what your voice actually sounds like, because none of us actually know what our normal voice sounds like to other people until it's recorded and played back to us. And it's usually a little different than you expect. I remember that. Oh my gosh. I probably put off singing, like beginning to learn how to sing, for 2-3 years because of that. Because I was just like, my voice is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. And it's only gotten marginally better, but I just had to put that out there.
Have had to work on our vocals, and having Larry King there, like, coaching us for, like, the recordings, it was
amazing.
Like, he
noticed, like, every single little thing. Like,
he
Danny,
saw right through our, like...
weak points, let's say.
habits and stuff like that.
Exactly. Like stuff that we know,
Yeah.
like stuff that we know that we do wrong, that we're trying to fix. He's like, try to do this. Like, I noticed that you do this and that, and we're like, oh wow.
It's a very, like,
Busted.
Yeah, and he was very blunt, but also, like, very nice. You know, he would say, you know, don't take it to your nose, don't nasal, or breathe this way, or
honestly,
drop your jaw, or, you know, harmonize it. I think it was pretty enlightening for all of you guys.
That was something like I've never noticed. Like, he said, you're too tight-lipped, and he was right. Like, I don't open my mouth that much when I'm singing. I'm like,
Well, she's fixed that.
Very helpful. And about the blunt thing, I think that everybody that we worked with was, like, extremely blunt,
right to the point.
Yeah.
And sometimes it wasn't like I mean, we're not used to that most of the time, so it was kind of like, you know what? But like, I mean, that is how, like, things should be. So, but even though at first it was like, whoa, then it just became like,
How?
Like, okay,
What?
you just need to work on that. It's
How
fine.
dare you?
Like, don't.
She's right. It's very refreshing to get good advice that you can put to work for you right away. And that sounded like that situation. So I'm looking at my trusty copy of Queen of the Murder Scene, the CD. I've also got the album, but it's easier to read this. And it was, for the most part, produced by Jake Carmona with the band and recorded and mixed at Soga Recordings in Cuernavaca, Morelos, Mexico. Okay, so clearly that's not Sphere Studios. In their special thanks, I do see the name Larry King, and probably some of the other people that they mentioned here. My guess is that it's in here. Oh, look at that, they got Thomas Ilgen too. Very nice. There were various people involved in the Sphere Studios situation that they were very glad to have worked with and gave special thanks, but they did not actually use any of the recordings that came out of Sphere Studios, it would appear.
Take things personally and just like do it.
Yes.
So I think we learned a lot about that too.
Yes.
And in the end, pretty happy to be back home after all that time, sleeping and living in the Sphere quarters.
I literally got home like straight to bed, like
We're
my
like,
pillows, my bed.
It's just that we were, how do you say literas? Bunk beds. Okay, we were sleeping in bunk beds.
Yes.
And like we had the ceiling right here. And I hit myself in the head like 2,000 times.
Oh.
That wasn't that much of a problem. The room was really small for fun.
Ay, mi mamá, que cállate.
Está bien. Está
Ay,
bien,
no,
no, pero
sí,
es
sí,
studio
es que
life.
For five, like
An intruder.
Small for 5 people, but it was actually like it was comfy. Like, the
Yes,
beds and
yes,
everything
it was, like-
really comfy.
I was able to sleep.
Yeah,
It's
I
like-
slept well too. I mean, because we were like at the end of the day, we were really extremely tired by the time because we worked from like morning to night.
Mm.
And so we arrived there. It was just like,
There was-
oh yes.
There was one time we got to sleep like at 2 a.m. or something like that. We
It was like 3
Vocals.
a.m.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and so we were
Yeah,
feeling
really.
a lot.
The
No, it
last-
wasn't a song. It was.
It was the last. It was.
we know which song we're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, it was that song. We
It was
finished
our
about
last recording. It was.
No, it was not the last recording.
But the thing is, we couldn't leave it for the next day because our like voices changed from day to day, so we had to like
we
finish.
had to
that.
finish that.
Oh,
Even like what to eat, what not to
Oh
eat.
yeah. When
Yes.
we were recording vocals, it was like you can't eat what
Like
was it?
Sugar or dairy,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
it was like,
yeah.
and
Yeah,
I
no-
couldn't eat if I could eat no sugar, no dairy, but still I couldn't eat
That
between.
Takes.
no-
I mean, we had to
Takes.
take a whole break. Like right now, you can't eat, and then we had to wait
And
a little bit of
wait a
time.
little bit for like.
So,
Yeah, and then
like,
they were like,
oh.
"You look tired, like jumping jacks." And we're like,
You had to jump.
it actually helped. It helped.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a cool experience.
They are so tactful.
And a lot of your fans are asking, did you record 3 songs? Is there going to be an EP? So you finish this experience. What's the plan?
Okay, we recorded 3 songs only
Just
this
3.
time. Three. But of course, that's not gonna be just like that.
It's
We're
a
gonna
whole
record more. We hope we get to do it at Sphere Studios again.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we want to go back there. I think that's the plan actually. But yeah, let's see how that turns out.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm,
Anything else
interesting.
you guys want to add? I know you had a break in between playing for the Killers.
Mhm.
That was pretty cool, and it also helped to get that little break and
Yeah.
leave
Yeah,
exactly.
and then come back
Yeah,
home
it was
for a
a
couple
time
of days.
off.
A breather. Yeah.
Yes.
It was 3
The
days.
only thing that I kind of like missed, like we kind of like delayed the guitars, and I was so excited to get to guitars. But yeah, we got back, and so
I mean, The Killers was awesome, and yeah, it was basically the break from recording, and then we went back and it was like straight back to work.
Mhm.
But I think that it was like a very good experience overall.
Cool.
and we
Do you-
had a van.
Yeah, we had a van. Did you guys take a picture with the van?
No,
No, we did not.
We forgot
Aw.
to take the picture.
We were all
with the van.
asleep.
Inside.
Like inside, we have a
Inside.
couple of pictures.
We were
but
like
outside-
1 a.m. at the
Oh
airport.
yeah,
like,
it was late, and we were not gonna take a picture
Like,
with her.
Yeah.
We were
the van.
asleep.
So in the end,
Same.
you would say that you come back home as better artists, better
Yes.
musicians.
Well, I would hope so.
Yeah.
Well, maybe with the idea of what, like,
Of what
with
to
the,
do to
yes,
become-
with a goal,
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
a new
exactly.
goal.
And with new experiences and new
Knowledge.
Yeah, exactly.
Knowledge.
Like now we know what things we need to improve to be better artists.
That.
Excellent.
Well, very cool. Well, thanks for this little interview. I know your fans will enjoy it, and we're gonna keep on vlogging.
If you can call that vlogging, but
yeah.
okay. We'll practice that too.
Yeah, get some more experience. So thank you very much.
Bye.
Ciao.
All right. Well, interesting. So it would seem to me that even though they put it out 2 months after the album came out in October, this showed up on December 11, I don't think, I'm just going to look through this little booklet here at each song, but my understanding is they didn't use anything from Sphere. Yep, recorded and mixed at Soga, recorded and mixed at the Warning Cave for Crimson Queen, and that's the only exception, no pun intended. Everything else was Soga. So apparently they started over. I don't know the whole story there. That is one piece of history I still need to learn about a little bit. So if people have information or if they can point me to other videos that more fully explain what happened and why they didn't end up using those recordings, let me know. Let me know. Was it a budgetary? I can't imagine it was a budgetary thing, actually, given how much they raised through the Kickstarter campaign. I think it was something like $100,000. So I would just be curious to know what happened there. Clearly, I mean, this is before they knew that they weren't going to use those recordings. So it seems like things started out okay. Maybe there was a negotiation issue. You know, maybe they wanted writing credits, although right now I don't see where that would be an issue today, but maybe it was back then. I just don't know. So if anybody can provide some details or point me to resources, that would be great. Okay. But why don't you give me your thoughts on this vlog if you've seen it before, if it came as a complete surprise. Yeah, I mean, give your thoughts on any of this that you happen to know about or that you learned from this video or anything like that. Let me know what you know, essentially, that you could help me with. That would be very much appreciated. And other suggestions, leave those as well. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. All right, thanks so much for joining me today. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care, folks.